California Edition, I'm Brad Pomerantz. We are coming to you from the Cannon House office building in Washington, D.C. We are joined by Alan Lowenthal. He is a member of the United States Congress representing Long Beach and surrounding areas. How's your new job?
I love it.
Tell me why.
Well, first I'm humbled and honored to be a member of Congress, Brad. It's just a great honor to be representing my community and listening to folks and trying to bring back or do legislation that's both good for the district and for the nation.
And let's talk about the folks. It looks like you may have a vote in a few minutes, but hopefully we can keep talking. Let's talk about the fact, though, that in your district you represent significant interests that may be impacted by the defense industry.
Yes.
And we know that with the sequester, there have been significant cuts to the defense industry. The defense industry hit particularly hard. I think you need to cut 13% this year. Next year it may be different. So what are your constituents saying about the sequester? Are they feeling the impacts yet?
Well, the immediate impact was, just outside of Long Beach and Los Alamitos is the Joint Forces Training Base, which is really for the California National Guard and the Army Reserves and other military branches of government. And it's critically important that that base stay open and function well, because that's really what provides if there's any kind of natural disaster in California, forest fires, that's where it's done. And the sequester badly hurt that base in the sense that it began to furlough many of the Department of Defense employees.
But what's surprising when you look at how the sequester is rolling out is we see that with regard to air traffic controllers, we'll do a fix for them. We'll see with regard to meat inspectors, we'll do a fix for them. The defense industry, we don't see a fix. Head Start spots, we don't see a fix. It's a little baffling when you look at how it's rolling out. Is that your sense? Is that your constituents' sense?
That's the sense of my constituents and my sense. When you do a meat cleaver approach to really deficit reduction, you're going to have terrible inequities. And so really what's happened is the Congress has then tried to fix some of the most egregious kinds of inequities. But really, if you don't have a constituency, if you don't really are able to have advocates here in Washington, if you're a Head Start child, you're not going to have that fix.
At the same time, the markets don't seem to be upset by the sequester. We are seeing deficit reduction. The impacts haven't been overwhelming. Yes, you can point to some economic statistics. Maybe GDP is not growing as fast as it would without the sequester. So could one argue, it's not such a bad deal. We're getting our deficit under control. Let's let it ride for a little while.
This is year one, Brad. This sequester is going to go on for 10 years, and it's going to increasingly get worse, and because it really wasn't planned. And you're going to see over the years a number of attempted fixes. I think that the real issue is how are we going to step back and really deal with our budget? And that's the critical issue. Or are we going to do it on a crisis mentality? And that's what we've been doing.
And so will the members, both Democrats and Republicans, step back? We don't see any movement as we speak today. I guess the fiscal year begins October 1st or around that time. Is that when we'll look at it?
Well, let me step back and answer that question. When I first came to Congress, which is only a little over 100 days ago, so I'm not an expert.
Okay.
People said, how come you're going to this dysfunctional body? And I would say, well, I'm a psychologist.
Well, you did come from Sacramento.
I'm a psychologist, so I seek out dysfunctionality.
His name is Alan Lowenthal, member of the U.S. Congress. My name is Brad Pomerantz. This is California Edition.